Did I convince Sue to abandon her father? Did we save Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo? Or was it all for nothing?
You know what? You, Dad.
Yes! I was getting really worried at the end of that. Like, super worried.
Excuse
Super
me.
worried.
Yeah, you heard me.
Yeah, you heard her.
Your poor f***ing excuse for a father and your so-called enemy really opened my eyes about that. Oh, don't get me wrong. You've got money and power. You could crush me like an ant, yeah? Yeah. And I don't think I care anymore. I'm tired of living in your shadow and under your thumb. I'm tired of living with you. As of today, we're done. I'm cutting unhealthy like you from my life. I think we can do business. You want to save your arcade? I've got the evidence you need to stick Daddy Dearest behind bars for the rest of his life.
Heck yes.
Every dirty deal I've ever helped him carry out. And believe you me, that's a lot of extremely filthy deeds.
You can't do this. I forbid it. You are my daughter, and if I go down, you're coming with me.
Really? I think I can spin this entire mess as your fault.
I'd like to see you try, you ignorant brat. You're a career criminal, incorrigible to the end. What possible proof could you offer up of your innocence?
She snaps her fingers and points to my phone.
Oh, Iris, would you kindly?
Sure thing, Miss Sue. And from my speaker, a perfect audio recording of Deco's earlier self-incriminating words.
Who knows I'm the only thing standing between her and numerous jail sentences. My power, my money, my presence.
There we go.
But I understand and support her. I appreciate her nefarious talents and nurture them. She knows that I made her, and I can unmake her at a moment's notice.
Golly, that sure smells like corruption of a minor and blackmail to me. And once I do my hair in pigtails and offer a jury big puppy dog eyes, oh, my mean old dad forced me into a life of crime.
Snap.
Well, what do you think happens next?
No, that's impossible. You said you blocked all recording devices. I said I couldn't block Iris from functioning, just block her from uploading her recordings anywhere. She was still listening this whole time. You can go ahead and remove the data block now, Clyde. Already done. I've also uploaded a press kit based on our Deco Nami archives to 5 major newspapers, 11 websites, ESPN, eSports Center, and HGTV. This is why I like the Ginger. This is why I like the Ginger Kid. He's so adorable. Home and Garden Television? I figured the 2 guys from Arcade Flippers might be interested. I really like that show. He doesn't seem so, shy anymore. With that settled, she turns a smug, satisfied smile towards her doomed father.
Welcome to the Ides of March, Dad.
Nice.
You want to get me in trouble too? You feel free. At worst, I'll do a year or 2 in juvie. But you're gonna bleed out on the floor by the time I'm through.
Inky? Blinky? Yeah, boss. Show my father the door. Gently. Don't leave any marks, at least.
No! This is completely unacceptable. I am your father. I'm Deco Nami. I am the arcade business.
Inky and Blinky easily restrained Deco by his arms, but I just can't let him go without having my 2 cents. It's a shame I had to come to this, but goodbye. It's nothing personal, Mr. Nami, just business. Hi, arcade business. I'm Dad. Game over, Deco. You lose. Hi, arcade business. I'm Dad. I'm gonna say, game over, Deco. You lose. I put an expression so smug it could smother a city. Game over, Deco. You lose.
You impudent, insignificant little...
Are you still there? Not for long.
I haven't lost. I can still fight this. I can still...
And the ghost monsters remove Deco from our sights. Instantly, the entire atmosphere of the place changes, as if a great weight was lifted. I couldn't be more relieved, and I relaxed into a sigh. Not gonna lie, the next few days will be interesting to say the least. I think you'd better stay at my place. My parents won't mind at all. Yeah, I'm gonna need to hide out until the heat's off. Maybe practice battling my eyelashes at a weak-willed jury box full of concerned parents, too. She blinks in astonishment. Oh, right, Hark. You're still here. You were pretty cool in the end, I gotta admit. 7 out of 10 minimum. I'll take it from her. I'll take it. I don't know if we'll ever be friends exactly, but you've got my respect. I'll take it.
I'll keep my promise. The public will know Deco hired a gang to go after you. That should exonerate your arcade as a victim of his shady dealings. So, we square?
Okay. All right. I guess we're fist bumping. Thank you for everything you've done. Yep. We're also triangle and circle. You've wronged me, but I can let it go. You're a terrible person. Whatever. I'll say. Thank you for everything you've done. I know it wasn't easy for you giving up so much, and I appreciate what you've done for my arcade.
I owed you, honestly. I may still owe you for that matter.
Well, it's been a funny sort of day, hasn't it?
Funny sort of day. That's one way to put it, sweetheart.
From defeat to victory, all in such a short time. It's enough to make your head spin. The speed at which life with you seems to move.
I mean, sorry kiddo, but it's kind of what you signed up for.
I, for one, will welcome life quieting down some. Long stretch of days, years, perhaps, in which you and I can enjoy our lives without so much hassle.
I wouldn't mind that, actually. And you'll live to see those gloried years, no doubt?
Yeah. I think I'm ready to live a full and proper life with you. I love you.
I love you too, sweetheart. Love. Aww. The next few days passed by in a blur. That morning, we had press crowding around the doors of the arcade before we'd even open. Sue's care package of bad news that went up the wire caught their attention. Mr. Angel, is it true that Dekonami organized a gang hit on your arcade? How do you respond to allegations that Dekonami is involved in international counterfeit plush doll prize ring? What is your relationship with the ghost monsters? Have you heard any of the allegations of child abuse? Have you seen Mrs. DeFame's article talking about the incident praising your professionalism? I gave so many interviews that day that I lost my voice. Fortunately, Percy was on hand to keep me hydrated and encourage me onward. I'm sure he did. Everybody loved to see a fallen family entertainment icon. It made them feel self-righteous. And Dekonami was now square in the crosshairs. It didn't matter that the official police response was generic, "We are still investigating these claims." The court of public opinion had decided. Deco's palace was doomed. The final crushing blow came at a televised press conference 3 days later.
These obvious falsehoods generated by jealous business rivals and lying children merely go to show how the powerful are routinely targeted for harassment. Furthermore, What? No! Unhand me immediately! I'm innocent in these matters! Innocent!
And we never saw him again. Seriously, after the arrest, he just up and vanished from the public eye. It's honestly a bit creepy. I was at least expecting a trial or something. There goes the women in black. Our arcade defenders.
He told me that if I didn't commit all those crimes, he'd take away my food.
Oh wow, she's
I
good.
never wanted to be a hacker. I just like computers. I wanted to get a computer degree and get a normal job like anyone else.
Largely a line of hokum, but it was good to see Sue breaking away from Deco's influence all the same. Who knows, maybe Sue's ready to turn over a new leaf and go straight after all. Me? Not straight. The Deco's Palace Board of Directors unanimously voted to eject him, given he'd just vanished into the guts of the judicial system. Oh, the arcade empire he established is still out there. It's still powerful, still tacky as heck, and still a menace to small arcades like ours. But without his guiding vision, it's largely treading water. Who knows? Maybe one day, the traditional arcades will overtake what he left behind. As for the Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo, with a delicious chow and great prize games, we are the family fun center in this town. With Deco's Palace on the downslope, we're just picking up steam. Going with the restaurant and a prize focus turned out to be a terrific combo. I thought so. Restaurant and prize focus. True, we don't have too many retro games or competitive titles, but what we have isn't bad. Most importantly, we're making people happy every day, and I love it.
Having assisted in the slaying of Deko Nami's foul presence, Hamza finds himself tired of the restaurant business. It seems his wanderlust has returned. Farewell, my friends. I leave my dining establishment in your capable hands. I must resume seeking mysterious and unknowable arcade treasures far and wide.
Well, don't be a stranger, Hamza. You obviously are always welcome here.
I'll have a doggy bag of those delicious jalapeno poppers to go for when I depart, of course.
Hey, I love me some jalapeno poppers, let me tell you. But the arcade, in the end, is less important than the people who call it home. Oh, I hope you have a... Oh, yeah! Without his heart condition threatening to cut his life short, Percy felt less rushed to accomplish his life's goal of conquering Mr. Moopy. That is adorable. And yet, he toppled the score less than a year later anyway.
Finally! 4.5 million points. You have no idea how much my feet hurt right now. Worth it, love. Absolutely worth it.
I'm proud of you, love. I'm proud of you, sweetheart. I'm proud of you, Percy, both for the score and for how far you've come.
A full and healthy life in front of me. Never thought I'd see the day, and yet, here we are. All thanks to you.
Hey, what can I say? I'm a helper. I just helped you along the way, Percy. You pulled yourself back from the edge. So, now that you've finished Mr. Moopy, what's next? What's next? Was carefully entering his sister's initials into the high scoreboard.
Now, I live the rest of my life. It's funny, I hadn't put thought to what I do after Moopy, but with you at my side, I feel like I can do anything.
Why not? And for the years ahead, we do just that. Anything and everything together. So nice. Iris explained to me that irises, being adaptive software, eventually become more and more like their users. That actually does explain why all of the irises were very different from each other. It makes 100% sense. It seems my empathy has rubbed off on Iris. With my influence, she's grown quite a bit.
I hope that one day, humans will see us as friends and allies. All I've ever wanted was to embrace kindness and understanding. And thanks to you, I've learned so much.
And, would you believe it, Gavin and Naomi ended up dating. Ship it. Ship it good. Both of them were a bit distant from the others at first, but I guess everything we did together helped them come out of their shells a bit and realize neither one was an enemy. Or they argue from time to time, usually about games and profit margins. But there's a mutual dream they share of a wonderful arcade where they can both be happy. And I'm proud to have played even a small part in helping them find that dream. Naomi formed an online community of arcade repair enthusiasts, one which let her make a safe place to get to know others, and to be part of a crowd on her own terms. And Gavin took advantage of the fall of Deco's Palace to make Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo the hottest new arcade destination on the block, using his excellent business skills. I know we're something of an odd couple, but that's okay. We're both odd people. We've never really done anything the normal way to begin with. Oddities we may be, but there's nothing odd about my love for you. I'm so honored to be by your side, Naomi. Oh, they're so adorable. Teo kept the Showtime stage scene alive here at Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo, even after he got offered a job as the regional community manager. That's fitting. He's doing what he loves, teaching and connecting with all sorts of people. Teo's new job has him traveling and organizing dancing tournaments around the world, but he still spends most of his time right here. I'm putting Dee in charge of the local dance crew while I go establish a new scene on the other coast, but I'll be back before you even notice. And when I come back, you promise to get on the stage with me. You owe me a song or two. Though through the good times and bad, Juniper stuck by me, my BFF for life. I'm really proud of you, you know? You pulled yourself out of the tailspin your life was in. You went for it. You did it. You made it happen. I'm lucky I got to be even a small part of that. A large part of that, I'd say. I wouldn't be here now if it's not for you. Hey, I'll take credit if you want me to. Just call me Juniper, the life coach. And you know I'll be in your corner until you're dead. Hopefully later rather than sooner, though. Ashley stayed as our main floor attendant for a while, but as we got bigger, more people took notice of Ashley's Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo mascot costume. One of those people worked for a big name arcade and offered her a job to create a cosplay for them. Ashley parted ways with us for that dream job. It makes sense considering we were never that close. I just wonder if she's happy there. Cool. Okay, so I like how if you didn't establish as strong of a relationship, there's certain people who stick around and there's people who don't. And it seems like, yeah, Ashley and Queen Bee are the ones that, probably are not going to stick around as long. We didn't get that close to them. When the 4 Heavenly Kings invited her to live and play at their team house, Queen Bee instantly snatched up that opportunity. It's always been her calling. It's been a lot quieter in Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo since she left. Whenever she's playing in a major restaurant, we always show the matches. She never mentions us in her championship speeches. I guess we were just a step on her ladder of success. That's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect, Love and friendship in a time of pixels and quarters. Finally, I'm home. Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo. Thank you, Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo. My spirit is restored, and my future is bright. At last I can say, I'm truly happy. I'm at peace. I'm having a ball. I'm ready for more. I'm gonna say, I'm kindness, so I'll go with kindness. No! I've got bursts of fun. I'm having a ball. Few others can claim to have had such a wild ride as I have, and in the end, I had fun. I'm looking forward to each day to come and what antics I'll be getting up to, because this is Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo, and I'm just getting started. Oh. This was fantastic. I think that this visual novel was the one that probably had... It is definitely up there as being one of the best stories. One of the best stories in a visual novel, if not the best. I would say it's definitely up there, possibly rivaling Seduce Me. It really is. I love the premise. I really enjoyed the characters. I like the story. The whole, yeah. I mean, the whole package was just really well done. I like the game mechanics, obviously, with all of the different personalities and the traits. I like how it wasn't hard to get into a good graces or a good relationship with the person that you really are interested in, but it didn't mean it was an easy walk in the park, because I do feel that the final battle with Deco, Nami, and Sue was challenging. Like, I was getting really worried there at the end, because they really got down to the wire. So I like that that parts of the game were still challenging and tough, but it was also really forgiving. So, yeah, it really is a beautiful gem of a game. I think that games like Our Life, Beginning and Always, I thought that was one of the best games in terms of being able to build your own character and make that character your own, and give you a lot of decisions to really shape your character to be the way they are, because that's what this one lacked. I felt that your character, yeah, you had a lot of freedom because of the different traits. Like, you had the freedom to be more of a kindly person, more of a quirky person, aggressive person, etc., logical person. You had that freedom, but there were still a lot of things that were really set in stone which is normal for the vast majority of visual novels, don't get me wrong. And I think, because I just played this right after playing Our Life Beginning and Always, which had an amazing amount of freedom, like ridiculously more freedom than any other visual novel game that I've ever played. And that's what is the high point for Our Life Beginning and Always. But when it comes to a game that I really enjoyed story-wise, and I just felt like I need to keep playing, I need to find out what happens next, this is probably the visual novel that the visual novel that in a long time I've actually genuinely felt I have to keep going. I need to binge this and find out what's happening next. I didn't feel that with Our Life Beginning Always. It was a game that I enjoyed, but it's more of a very casual, just a lot of their different vignettes and stories are more like slice of life kind of things, which is great. I appreciate those, but it's not like I was like glued to my seat wanting to continue playing Our Life Beginning of Always. But, I appreciate it for what it is. This game, I was like, I need to get through this and find out, because it was every single chapter was very different from each other, but they did a great job of making you want more. At the end of each chapter, you kind of were like, oh man, I got to keep turning the page. So the game did that a really great job. I absolutely loved Percy's path and Percy's romance. I genuinely did not necessarily think that we would find a cure for him, and that he would. I genuinely thought we were just gonna have him for 2 years, and that I was okay with that. But the fact that the game did give us that way out, I thought was great, because they didn't have to do that, but I feel like it would have. The people who ended up going with Percy might have felt a little bit like they got the short end of the stick compared to other characters who probably would have had a longer would have had a longer lifeline, and thus have a longer lasting relationship. So I'm glad that they did that. Voice acting was great. I would have loved for more. I would have loved for way more of the dialogue to be voice acted, but I understand that this is a long game. It's like I don't remember how many hours I've been playing it, but there's a lot of voice acting, there's a lot of dialogue, so I'm sure that would have been very expensive for them to do. It's just a nice to have. So overall, the ups are definitely the story and the writing and the game mechanics and the humor. There was so much great humor that I loved, especially when you pick the quirky answers. Lows are, it would have been nice if, we had a little bit more, if our character wasn't as strictly defined as much compared to, Our Life Beginning of Always, but that's of course its own extreme. But overall, everything else was great. The style was great, and I loved how a lot of your decisions in previous chapters really did matter. It really did matter in the next chapter. So, I definitely am interested in replaying this game again and trying to go for a different path, because I really enjoyed Gavin and Teo. I was especially surprised by Teo. I didn't think I would end up falling for Teo as much as I did, but I really was you're not my type physically, but there's just something about you that's just so smoking hot, and I just want you. And then same thing with Gavin. Gavin was more my type than Teo was by far, but Percy was just he's 100% checks all the boxes. That dad bod is so nice, and of course his personality. It was really cool that his personality matched me. It would have been kind of awful, I guess, if the ginger and I were just not compatible. But it was just really cool how it worked out that we really were. He was very kindly and quirky, and I was kindly and quirky, and we just really meshed well together, and all that good stuff. So, really, really amazing experience, amazing time. Thank you to everyone who created this game. Look, there's some post stuff. This is outrageous. I demand to speak with my lawyer. Hello? Hello, can anyone hear me? You can't do this to me. I am well aware of who you are. It's the woman in black. Good. Then I can afford a lawyer who can run circles around you, whoever you are. True, if you are officially under arrest. Technically, this facility does not exist. Neither do I. What? Wait, you can't do this! If you prefer, I could hand you over to the police. There's a cybercrime task force that's eager to get their hands on you. But if you'd like to avoid a lengthy prison sentence, I have a proposition for you. I'd like to know about a tiny, tiny little detail buried in all those leaked files your daughter posted online. Specifically, the 1980X playtests. The what? I'm afraid you have me at a disadvantage. You know pretty well that what I'm talking about. Sineloshin's Pride and Joy. You hosted secret playtests of that game. Those tests. Sorry, but I don't see what help I'll be. I only played a minor role. Once the test was over, the machines were shipped out to other locations. Exactly. Against our authority, Sineloshin distributed their prototypes. And you're going to use all of your connections, all your leverage, every drop of what little influence you have left to help us find our property. Polybius was our project, Mr. Nami, and we want it back. Yeah, Polybius. I figured it was Polybius. Nice. Oh, snap. Game over for real this time. Thank you for playing. Cool. They just totally movied us with that. Your flux capacitor is now charged. On your next playthrough, you can use your mouse wheel to scroll back and forth in time and change your most recent decisions. Would you like to export your current character and story data so you can carry it over to the next game? Arcade Spirits, the new challengers. This will overwrite any previous exported data. Oh, that's so cool. I was about to mention that they are going to have a sequel. There is going to be a sequel, Arcade Spirits, the new challengers. I am super pumped and pleasantly surprised that this data will carry over to the next game. So we might see my character and Percy. Oh, I'm so happy. That would be amazing to be able to run into Hark and Percy just to see how they were doing. That is smart, game. Good. This is smart. I love this so much. Yeah, save my data. Now exporting data. All done. Thank you for playing. Thank you, Iris. Oh, this is so cool. Let's take a look at some of this artwork. So we already saw this. We've got the arcade test sketch. Nice. Cosplay sketches, eye holes, tights with knee pads, frog, ferret, arcade logo, flipper. So wait, is this another mascot that I wasn't aware of? And this is like the mascot that the butler mascot that she was wearing. Maybe this is the mascot that she would be in if we were gonna break into that one, break into that place in Max to change the videos. That's probably what it was. Fist of Discomfort. Items and consumables, special abilities, minimap. Similar to MOBAs, the goal is to fight your way through ninja creeps and attack the wise sensei at your enemy's dojo. You can only switch between the two lanes at specific places and otherwise fight on a 2D plane with a mix of cooldown-based special abilities, items with gold beaten out of ninjas, and various fighting game style techniques. A fusion of the most popular long-standing esports genre and my favorite arcade genre, the side-scrolling brawler seemed like a sweet combo. Sweet. I would want to play that. Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze. An homage to classic maze games of yesteryear mixed with a roguelike dungeon crawling experience. Moopy is designed as a combination retro arcade style and action RPG. Potions grant various power-ups such as speed, stronger magic missiles, and a single-hit shield. Your goal is to find the key and reach the door, but for maximum points you should hang around long enough to collect all the dots. Monsters will continuously emerge from the walls to discourage this, though. The randomness of the mazes and the monsters is actually fake. If you know the patterns, you can manipulate the RNG to give you easier mazes and less monsters, provided you're perfect at the game. Of course. Which Percy is. Of course. I'm pretty sure that they're going to be releasing the actual playable games of Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze and Fists of Discomfort. I can pretty much guarantee that. Francine Concepts. Oh, wow. I like the Francine that we got. Conservative, multi-fabric, shawl, scarf. I think we got the multi-fabric. That's cool. These are really new stuff. Rando art. Stressed gamer woman, angry gamer guy, Pixelpalooza owner, Pixelpalooza! Multipalooza. Private collection woman, Max Enforcer, Teo dancer, some Dekonami, something purple? Dekonami, something purple? Okay, here's the warehouse. Various renders of the Ghost Monsters maze, laid out to resemble a popular games maze. Oh. I actually don't know what the games maze is. Wyvern's Keep sketch. Wyvern Keep colors. That's cool. Wyvern's Keep. Percy. Oh, look at this. These are cute Percy. These are very cute Percy concept arts. But, I mean, maybe I'm partial. I definitely love his look here. I would have gone for this look down here too. But definitely love... I am more than satisfied by his final look. Very more than satisfied. That's super cool. Oh... Home arcade system documentary. We'll end current game. Please save first. Oh, bonus content. I might say that for another video. I wanted to get the video, the image of us, you know, hugging. I'm gonna have to grab that, do a screen cap of that. But thank you all so much for watching this game, Arcade Spirits. Please let me know in the comments which character was your favorite. Not necessarily has to be the one that you would have romanced, but at least which character did you like the most and you probably would have been totally BFFs with, or romanced, or both. I, of course, ended up with Percy, but who would you ended up with as your bestie or your soulmate? Let me know, and I'd love to hear from you, and why, if you have the time to write about it. And lastly, a huge shout out one more time to Roma for gifting me this game. Not only telling me about this game in the first place, but gifting me this game. I loved it. I hope you saw that I loved my Christmas gift. Mwah. Love you so much, Roma. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you again so much to everybody who's watching this. I had such a great time. I can't wait to see what I will be playing next in my next Let's Play, especially a visual novel romance game, and I absolutely cannot wait to play the sequel to this game, especially if we get to see Percy and Hark again. Gotta love that. Thank you very much, and until next time, love yourselves, and love Percy. Mwah! Toodles, love!